Osu drama days has been pretty quiet recently. Surely there's nothing wrong going on, right? So I gave this whole document a read while I was taking a shit, and suffice to say, this person in the document is kind of a piece of shit. So Shade is a person that is in the staffing and Osu tournament scene, having met Dever in around 2021 while he was, let's see, he was 14 in 2023, so 2021 he was 12, right? This whole thing started when Dever was 12, but it didn't really pick up until he was 14 and Shade was 18. Imagine someone just fresh out of high school and starting to develop feelings for someone that's going to be in high school. The basis of this is that Shade was developing feelings for Dever, but not in like a wholehearted way, right? She saw someone that she could get free validation and affection with no need to give anything in exchange. And Dever was just an autistic little kid, right? He felt happy that a female gave him attention. That's it. And that is the poison that she was feeding him throughout an entire year. After 2 months of talking, they met up and there were some inappropriate touchings involved. They were cuddling while her roommate was next to her. I don't think her roommate was aware of what was going on, because the roommate would have said something, right? An 18-year-old cuddling with a 14-year-old kid. Any person in their right mind would tell her that that's fucking illegal, or just like removing all the assumptions. It's still pretty fucking weird. In which she asked him to touch her inappropriately. Like, she asked him, she went out of her way to ask him, and then he provided a screenshot of her reminiscing about the event, of her saying, "I can still feel you groping my fucking tits," which is kind of gross thing to say to 14-year-old, I guess. Not I guess, it's gross. Yeah, after this it's pretty obvious that they became closer intimately, because after the physical contact is established, it's kind of hard to go back from there, especially for Dever, because Low Kid just got his first physical attention. So, but for Shade, this is like Eve eating the apple in the garden, right? Like, she knows it's wrong, but is she gonna stop? No. That's how we got here, right? And he was starting to grow attached to her emotionally. Well, he was still having doubts because she would not clearly define what their relationship is, because clearly she knows it's wrong. That's why she didn't want to put a label on it. It's not a friendship because it's still weird, right? It's not like a situationship because it's illegal. It's not a relationship because it's illegal. So there we are. She has a guilty conscience, but she's not really doing anything about it. And Dever is just confused because he has an inkling of a feeling that he's being taken advantage of, which he was very much so. Very illegal. Fast forward to 2024. That's when COE happened, and he found out that she has already found a replacement. Yet she still wanted to cuddle, platonically, I guess. Like 19-year-old cuddling with a 15-year-old platonically. And during this whole situation, Dever was basically the giver. He was constantly giving affection and just doing anything she asked. Did she do anything in return? No, not really, except for like some gifts, and someone in the replies asked if she squirted on one of the plushies that she gave him, which he said she did, kinda. But lucky for Dever, he had really good friends that surrounded him and telling him all these red flags that she was constantly giving off during COE. I don't know if he told him about the whole situationship as a whole, but suffice to say, his friends did a really good job of telling him that Shade is a shitty fucking human. This sentence got me, right? On one of those days, I went back with H, the friend, and Shade to... No. Wait, who the fuck is H? I forgot. Mutual friends, yeah, mutual friends. To their Airbnb. Again, she was wanting to cuddle, which I complied with her, since I still believe she liked me. Nuh-uh. She just likes the attention that she's getting. This evolved into pretty innocent touching. There is nothing innocent about a 19-year-old touching a 15-year-old, but now you know. Mostly from her part. Yeah, that's that doesn't make it any better. Oh man. Yeah, when H left the room, he just told her that, hey, if you want anything from me, you gotta tell me. And then she just flat out said, Nah, that makes Dever hates himself because he knows what he is to her. It's another tool to be used and then replaced with yada yada. In which she has already found a new one after dropping this whole doc on him. And apparently, she's repeating the same behavior. On the staff side, staffing and tournament-wise, she was pretty fucking bad at her job. I know it's not a job, it's like a volunteer position, but if you're gonna volunteer for something, at least try. Because like she was never on time with like cheating and staffing and stuff. Just all around a horrible human being. In conclusion, Shade is a disgusting attention-seeking groomer / pedophile. And the fact that she stoops this low and takes advantage of a 14-year-old is just so she can feel loved in life. Yeah, that's the motivation, right? Because like it's grooming someone like below like the age of 18, 17 is like playing the game on easy mode, right? Because once your brain is like fully developed, you kind of have this thing out for like red flags and have all these experience. It makes like it evens the playing ground, right? Some people don't like that, so they tend to lower the difficulty and go to like the beginner's area, right? It's called noob hunting. In this case, that's what she did. It's illegal. Oh, this is fucked up. I don't know why I'm making a joke out of it. So it's funny though. It's funny though, because like that's all these people amount to. Just fucking losers. Thank you for reading. Fuck you, Shade. Oh, that's the right attitude ever. Crazy. This is the stuff she gave him, in which this is the cat that she apparently squirted on. Gross. In other news, since I have to make this like 8 minutes, Bracket K, a very well-known and popular tournament staffer and referee, was really called out by someone that dropped a 31-page Google Doc on them, documenting her history of just behaving like a dick. It's basically the whole 31-page just basically sums up to Kay is kind of a bitch, and she's not really professional in an area that's kind of like semi-professional. Because like tournament and OC tournament and staffing isn't technically a professional scene, right? It's all just a bunch of OSU players and volunteers getting together and trying to make something work, which is great. And when it fails, it's not because like someone is not being professional. It's just no one here has the professional experience to make things work. And one of the things that she was blamed for is the failure of Corsairs, in which someone that actually, like, I don't know, like the co-owner of Corsairs says that Kay is actually not the reason why Corsairs failed. It's because their ambitions were too big, which is understandably like true, because like we're just a bunch of fucking OSU players, right? So working on something like as big as Corsairs, like Corsairs was a really big tournament, and a lot of people were looking forward to like Corsairs tourney every year. And I see their ambitions, but unfortunately they lack the experience to take their ambitions to reality. Then notice how it's just two females, two women. This community has got it for inclusivity. Like all the drama that has been like going on lately, it's always about like guys, right? But now we got women involved. Hooray.